I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win. I'll take a stab, I wanna chase a bag. I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch.
Hey guys, welcome back to Season 3 of WWE 2K Universe Mode. Tonight we welcome you to Smackdown, where Alec Briars kicks off the show, holding the World Heavyweight Championship and carrying a big ol' smile on his face. Briars welcomes everybody to Smackdown's contribution to Week 100 and hopes everybody enjoys the night because he knows he will. He says that nothing could possibly take this smile off of his face as he gestures to the title on his arm. Just then, Eddie Guerrero's music hits and he comes down to the ring. Eddie congratulates Briars on his world title win over Keith Lee, and that Eddie himself knows what it's like to topple an opponent bigger than he is. But he warns Briars not to take him too lightly. There's still one thing that can wipe that smirk off of Briars' face. And even though Eddie is working double duty tonight, Briars is still going to need to bring his A game tonight if he wants to walk away as champion. And with that in mind, we're starting off the night with some Smackdown Tag Team Tournament action as Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, take on the Golden Aces, Buddy Murphy and Gary Gates. Unfortunately for Eddie, this was probably the last match he'd want if he was trying to stay at 100% for his match later, as immediately he'd end up getting hit with a brutal and surprising spinning soul kick from Gary Gates, launching Latino Heat back about 3 feet. With a target now placed on Eddie's ribs, Los Guerreros would try to make sure this match would come to a quick and beneficial conclusion for them. But the Golden Aces appeared to want to try and drag this out in favor of weakening Eddie for Briars later. The match that would follow from all of this would quite simply be a long and brutal conflict, one that did not benefit Eddie in any shape or form, as the match ultimately lasted a total of 24 minutes. Murphy would hit Murphy's Law on Chavo Guerrero, looking to finally end the match, but Eddie would be able to slip past Gates and break up the pin. The Golden Aces would act like a pack of hyena in this match, interestingly enough, resorting to 2-on-1 tactics against Chavo that would force him to try and fight his way through them to get to his uncle. Which he would be able to do. This would result in Eddie's head nearly getting taken off by a pump kick. Eddie Guerrero would end up getting busted open by Buddy Murphy's assault, forcing him to show the full extent of this battle. Chavo would connect with a missile dropkick, rendering Murphy stunned long enough for Chavo to head right back up to the top rope so he could follow it up with a frog splash. But that would not be enough. Neither would be the Murphy's Law that Buddy would nail Eddie with. Eddie, despite the immense damage done to his torso, would connect with a frog splash to Murphy. But Gates, with his newfound speed due to training before the season began, would be able to break up the pin. Chavo would take care of Gates, distracting him on the outside, whilst Eddie would lock in the lasso from El Paso. Murphy would be forced to submit. Los Guerreros picks up the victory over the Golden Aces, giving themselves the first point on the board, but leaving Eddie Guerrero far from 100% as he hopes to become world champion once again in tonight's main event. But will he be able to do so? How extensive are his injuries from this match? Well, he's going to have plenty of time to rest as we have the entirety of the show to get through before he has to work double duty. First up on that path is this week's edition of the Ballroom Challenge, where Fandango faces the limitless Keith Lee. Keith Lee is coming off of his loss to Alec Briars at Double or Nothing, and thus had some frustrations to let loose. Because of this, Keith Lee would be off his game and Fandango would take advantage, taking the Limitless One down with a swinging reverse STO, before immediately heading up to the top rope. Fandango would then connect with the Last Dance. And after having Fandango's tailbone smash into his face, Keith Lee would ultimately fall to the Ballroom Brawler. Alright, this is just karma for me gloating about NXT losing. Anyway, Fandango picks up his second win of the week and now has a date with, well, I guess either Eddie Guerrero or Alec Briars. We'll find out later tonight. Next, the screen opens up on a blank white page that suddenly bursts into color. We meet Chloe Marvelous, starting with struggles in her early life where she had to work hard and practically break her body to make ends meet, before following her into her journey to the city, moving into a small studio apartment with a leaky roof where she'd spend her days escaping to a trampoline gym, finding freedom bouncing around and flying through the air like a shooting star or a hero she'd read about in her favorite comic books. We then cut to Chloe Marvelous as she flips through the air, where she is referred to as the Soaring Avenger. Up next, Little Miss Bliss herself is set to compete against a competitor she can actually look in the eye, that competitor being former Tough Enough contestant Diane Sawyer. On paper, this didn't really seem like a fair matchup considering Alexa Bliss's accolades versus Diane's inexperience. That said, Diane would try her best to prove that paper wrong. Unfortunately for Diane, she would experience insult to injury before then being planted by a blissful DDT. No upsets this time. Alexa Bliss picks up the win over the rookie Diane Sawyer, continuing her momentum that she started with her win over Liv Morgan a couple weeks ago. With this momentum building behind her, where will Alexa Bliss be heading here on SmackDown? Next, Jessica Knight would come down to the ring and grab a microphone, stopping for a second and smiling before stating, "I was wrong. It didn't take me nearly as long to get this title from Winters." Knight would then raise the title high before looking to the back, stating that before Amber Winters comes running down here and demanding a rematch, she'll save her some time and just say now that she accepts Amber's rematch. On Jessica's time, she would then state, "You want the rematch, this title? You're gonna have to wait for it. Just like your brother had to wait for the chance to shine on his own." Xander would look at Jessica and go to say something, but would choose to stay silent, visibly unsure. Up next, we have more tag team tournament action as Group B takes center stage. Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, former tag team champions, will collide with a pair of former tag team champions themselves, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Like I said, both teams have been tag team champions, with Motor City Machine Guns having won the Raw tag team titles back in Season 1. Spoilers. Whilst the Usos had won the NXT tag team titles in Season 1 and the Raw tag team titles in Season 2. Jey Uso would launch Chris Sabin out of the ring and would take a moment to gloat before heading up to the top rope and then attempting a crossbody to Sabin on the outside. But Sabin would manage to catch Jey Uso. Sabin would then start to unleash a torrent of offense before tagging in Shelly. Jimmy Uso would clock Sabin with a super kick, but it would only stun him for a moment, so Jimmy would follow it up with a second super kick right on the button. He'd proceed to go up to the top rope and would go for an Uso splash, but Sabin would get the knees up at the last moment. Alex Shelley would connect with sliced bread on Jey Uso, immediately going into the cover afterwards, but unable to pick up the victory due to Jimmy breaking it up at 2. Chris Sabin would hit Cradle Shock on Jey Uso, but Jimmy would once again break the pin, this time by kicking Sabin square in the face, but this would fire Sabin up. With desperation building and Jey Uso incapacitated on the outside, Sabin would connect with a trio of vicious moves, ending with another Cradle Shock. This time, it would be able to put the match to an end. Motor City Machine Guns pick up the win and get themselves on the board for this tournament. This leaves the Usos shockingly as the last team with 0 points on the board. Can't say I was expecting such a rough start for them this season. Seth Rollins can be seen in his locker room when AJ Styles comes bursting in, picking up a chair and throwing it past Seth, drawing laughter from Rollins. Styles berates Seth, demanding answers on what he meant before about his old friends and them getting to full strength. Seth would hold his hand up and silence Styles before Bobby Roode would walk into the room. Styles would look at Roode perplexed, and Seth would laugh maniacally as we cut away. And now we're on to our first featured match of the night. And in celebration of the 100th week of Universe Mode, Damian Priest is holding an open challenge. And answering this challenge is the bad guy, Scott Hall. How will the defending champ do against the legendary Scott Hall tonight on Smackdown?
So much history attached to the Intercontinental Championship. So much weight attached to this match.
Yeah, but right now it's all about living in the present, in the now.
That's the only way the champ's going to get out of this with his title in tow. Wards off that offense from Hall. Elbow drop right on point. There he goes, right into the corner.
Oh, targeting the stomach.
Alley-oop makes him pay with a counter. What's coming next? Taking their time. Ah, punch to the gut. Will take the wind right out of you. Fallaway slam. You guys are so cute. Damian Priest has an air of confidence when he enters each match. How do you expect him to back up that confidence tonight, Corey?
Priest knows his way around the ring. When you combine that with his physical abilities, he makes for a punishing opponent. His experience is going to play a big part in his game plan tonight.
Driven down with an elevated flatliner. Shoulders down to the count. 2 count, kick out at 2. That may have been a slow count.
I'm surprised he wasn't able to kick out sooner.
Capped off with a big forearm. And Scott Hall able to reverse that. Watch out. Elbow drop to the heart. Uh-oh, getting ready to elbow drop. The champ getting put on the back foot here. He planned for this and can still rally. Oh, look at this aggression, just pure brutality.
Come on, easy.
Oh, and a reversal. What a clothesline. Ouch. Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly. Making that shoulder a priority.
Double underhook applied. Up and down. Glam slam. Free fall. Stomping down.
Bruising attack to the stomach.
South of heaven. Outside of the ring now.
What's the plan here? Hall dodges into that.
Ooh, that hurt. Carefully placed stomp to the arm. He turns it around on Hall. Put into the corner now. He's turning the tables.
Working the midsection there.
Just carrying the opposition anywhere they want. Remarkable power being shown here. From the top. Nobody home.
He was elusive there.
Hall set for a ride.
Taking a trip outside, but he's got to be mindful of the count.
Look at this. He just tossed the leg. Evades the attack. Priest able to evade that.
Bionic elbow to the crown of the skull.
Drop that bone.
Straight right hand. Reversal by Priest. Tossed around like a rag doll. Had it scouted. 6. Great reversal. Arm trap. Just unloading knees to the body. 7. Big risk here. He may be counted out.
He might be oblivious to the count, guys.
Hall doesn't look like he has any fight left in him. Reversal. Can they go to the attack?
Big time clothesline. Good grief.
Looks like Hall's loading up.
Scott Hall right where he wants it. Because we're about to see the Stars Edge. The champ's eyes look glazed over.
Makes the cover. 2. Kick out. I thought it was finished off for sure.
The title still hanging in the balance.
Resilience of a champion on display.
Throwing everything in the kitchen sink in there, but to no avail. He turns it around on Hall.
Here comes Byron. Look at the height.
It is the outsider's edge. After what we've seen so far, you cannot question the lengths these superstars.
Party's over.
And guys, now I see blood starting to flow from the face of Scott Hall.
For the win. 2, 3.
That's it. The champ stays the champ.
Despite Hall's best attempts, Damian Priest successfully retains his Intercontinental Championship. The Archer of Infamy can now look to the future as the season progresses, with him being able to say he defeated perhaps one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. Up next, MJF comes down to the ring in a suit, carrying a microphone with him. He introduces himself to the Smackdown roster, stating,
"Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock, you are looking at the youngest and fastest rising star in professional wrestling today, Maxwell Jacob Friedman."
He would then go on to complain about his debut, saying that last Sunday he was brought in at a moment's notice to compete at Double or Nothing in an unexpected match against a, quote, diabetic goblin named Kyle O'Reilly. He would then state, "They didn't even have my Trons ready, it was so last minute." He claims he was not prepared for this match, it was a fluke, and he refuses to acknowledge that he even lost, and demands that as compensation, he is added to the upcoming Money in the Bank ladder match. Teddy Long would then come out and tell MJF that if he wants to make it to Money in the Bank, he's going to have to earn his spot in a qualifying match by beating Kyle O'Reilly right now. This would infuriate MJF, who had complained the entire time O'Reilly made his entrance, saying that he isn't ready to compete. He's in a suit, for crying out loud. And then the bell rings to begin our second featured match.
And here we have a superstar who's been grinding his teeth at the Performance Center as of late.
Yeah, a consistent work ethic is what you're talking about, Michael. He's not someone who will rest on his laurels.
He never has been, and that dedication is what puts him in position to win tonight.
And awaiting him on the other side is Kyle O'Reilly, who began his WWE career with a lot of tag team success. But it's the waves he's made as a singles competitor that has had people talking.
It's never the easiest transition to go from a tag team competitor to being a single superstar. But Kyle O'Reilly's made it look easy. O'Reilly has consistently shown that...
Oh no, now possibly setting up for a submission maneuver.
Hold on, trying to maneuver out. Chopping bombs right now and escapes. Oh, what a plex.
Knee drop.
Just stomping every single part of his body. Systematic attack on that shoulder.
Kyle O'Reilly likes to talk a big game. Is that him playing mind games, Corey, or can he actually back that up?
With an extensive MMA background, I'd say he can back it up, Cole. O'Reilly's offense is as mesmerizing as it is destructive.
Muay Thai knee strikes.
Kyle gets reversed.
Quick thinking pays off.
Really just laying it in.
Hits him with the counter.
Nice takedown.
He's lost some of his wind now.
Taking on some offense, but he expected as much.
Oh, what a knee.
Oh, misses the mark. Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
One after another. Turning the tables there. Shot. Knee drop arm breaker. Targeting the arm now. Oh, look at the torch of their opponent. Oh, this isn't going to be good. reversal. Well-placed kick. Buster.
There's O'Reilly, pumped with desire and making waves with that attack.
He's trying again.
O'Reilly's on the cusp of ending it.
Amazing.
I can't believe this whole arena's in shock.
Yeah, but no one's more shocked than the man who thought he had a pinfall.
I can't tell if it's anger in the eyes or the fact that he hasn't finished this, or if it's disbelief that his opponent is still in this. He's got the answer for that one.
Double knee arm breaker.
Oh, what a counter. Evading offense. Strikes and kicks and punches, just battering their opponent. Definitely not where you want to be right now. Just carried like a rag doll here.
Can't prepare your face for that.
He's stomping away.
Over and over.
Strikes with a kick.
Straight right hand.
Oh, he knew what was coming.
Back and forth from these competitors.
Turning the tables.
Look at this. Just
One after another.
look at this.
Spinning arm breaker. You can't take much more of this.
Yeah, this match has not been kind to him. Able to give him the slip.
Perhaps thinking about what to do next here.
Ooh, that's how you dominate your opponent. O'Reilly's lining up to finish this off.
Kyle gets reversed. Reversal on top of reversal. He switches it back around. You can see it in these superstars' faces. They're in serious pain. Submission move. Fujiwara. I have no idea how he hasn't tapped out yet.
All the heart, all his desire being put to the test.
Whoa, this is surprising, Byron.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what.
Oh, no, he can be caught here. Bad spot for him. No, he lets him out.
Yeah, I think he knew he wasn't going to get the submission there.
Oh, perfect kick.
High knee right between the shoulders.
Able to interrupt the attack.
Uh-oh.
Submission move. Fujiwara.
It's cinched in. Unbelievable. This singles match is over.
The Salt of the Earth, despite wrestling in a suit, has qualified for Money in the Bank. Now the question is, will Maxwell Jacob Friedman earn the right to call himself Mr. Money in the Bank? And now it's time for Eddie Guerrero to work double duty after that war he went through earlier, as our main event is set to take place between Latino Heat himself and the luck of the draw, Alec Briars, as they clash for the World Heavyweight Championship in our main event.
This is arguably the biggest challenge the champ has faced yet. You can feel it.
Absolutely. We can easily see the title change hands here tonight.
Or we could see a champion do whatever it takes to prevent such a thing from happening, gentlemen.
And that failed to hit the mark.
Neckbreaker.
Take over with a snapmare.
Right across the face.
Oh, man.
Blast off. He paid for that one.
Oh, man.
smart strategy. We know Eddie can hang with opponents of all shapes and sizes. So how does opponent prepare for tonight?
Whether you're a cruiserweight or a heavyweight, you must keep Latino heat on the ground. Cut off the ring and don't let him pick up the pace of the match. Eddie Guerrero is at his most dangerous when he can combine his speed and strength together. Take over with a snapmare. Right across the face.
Oh, man.
Eddie Guerrero with a well-timed shot.
And Eddie pays for leaving an opening.
Guerrero is ready there.
Champ taking the worst end of the exchange.
If he can hold the line here, he'll be in a good position.
Check your face out to that one. Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Oh, solid kick across the back.
DDT! Talk about devastation.
DDT plants them.
Wow, springboard attack.
He reverses it.
Just mounted with punches. And not, oh, a nasty stomp to finish it off. Oh, what a kick. Oh, the reversal by Eddie Guerrero. What a counter.
Uh-oh.
Rampage.
Man. Ooh, what a damaging blow.
Crushing knee strike.
Nice arm drag takeover. Up the turnbuckles.
What's he gonna do?
Uh-oh.
Double foot stomp. Looks like the champ is going to retain.
Got the shoulder up.
That's how much winning this title means. To give everything you got.
I don't know how much you can have left.
Oh, my God. Moved out of the way.
Just mounted with punches. And not, oh, a nasty stomp to finish it off.
Guerrero's falling victim to the onrush right now.
He's keeping Guerrero's pace slowed significantly. Latino heat looks ice cold right now.
Into a powerbomb.
He's one step ahead there.
Eddie finally finding an answer to that onslaught.
Time now for Eddie to get his energy up and claw back into the fight.
Raking the face. Boom! Big time strength with the German.
Climbing the turnbuckle now.
If this lands, it's over. Good Lord, that's it. Call the match.
Into the corner. This can't be good.
And a reversal by Guerrero.
Dodges out of the way. Into a powerbomb. Is this really going to happen?
Oh, it's locked in. Tap out. Do it now. Live to fight another day.
Time to hit the panic button.
Oh, look at this.
Trying to turn it around. How impressive is that?
What a shot.
Unbelievable. What ingenuity from the challenger.
The champ isn't going down easy.
The champ is in shock. Thought the challenger could not survive that unconventional attack.
And we know Eddie must be feeling desperate right now, unsure of how much more he needs to do. We are beginning to reach a point of desperation in this match.
These athletes' bodies can only take them so far. You have to imagine they're reaching their breaking point.
Well measured.
Stiff kick. And that prevents Eddie's attack.
Carefully placed stomp to the arm.
No, that'll break his arm.
Vicious.
He takes control. Taking off from the ropes. Good timing with that reversal.
It's been a hardship for these superstars to get to this point. I think these fans are driving them to claw that extra inch.
You can sense the ride these fans are put on, and I'm right there with them.
Eddie perching himself on the top rope. Look at that high splash. Cover. 2. Oh, he was almost finished.
I can't believe it. We were a second away from a new champion.
Are we close to the start of a new reign?
From the top.
Piercing elbow.
Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. Oh, and an air fall.
This is what champions are made of. Always finding that deepest ounce of willpower, that final drop of fuel in the reserve.
Hits him with the counter.
Uh-oh.
Second rope. Oh, that might be the best moonsault. Looking for the victory. There's 2. No, 2 count. How is the challenger still in this match? He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle. Uh-oh. Oh, he doesn't connect.
He's totally helpless. With a neck breaker.
Kidneys. Looking for a little bit of high risk here, it seems.
From the heavens, big body splash from the top.
Guerrero has flight in mind.
Lift off. Coming down from way up top.
Took a gamble once, took a gamble again, and hit the jackpot twice.
Here we go. From the top with a splash.
Just amazing athleticism being shown here.
Look at that high.
The title might change hands.
No, my, that was close.
We knew it was not going to be an easy task to put the champion away, and that's being proven right now.
More like the champions proving that Sawyer perish than lose their title.
And we know Eddie must be feeling desperate right now, unsure of how much more he needs to do. The WWE Universe is correct in this one.
They are up and they are vocal. A lot of energy in the room.
Latino Heat doing some damage.
Guerreros bouncing the opposition around like a lowrider.
Look at that high. Oh, that hurt. What a counter.
Crash landing.
Kick right to the back of the leg.
DDT! Talk about devastation.
Oh, what a kick.
Take over with a snapmare.
Oh, man. A face scrape with his boot. Off the turnbuckles.
What's he gonna do?
Boom. Up to the top rope now. Look at the high.
The title's in jeopardy here.
And Eddie Guerrero just put all the doubters to rest with that.
He had to go through and put himself through hell to do it, but Eddie Guerrero defeats Alec Briars to become the new World Heavyweight Champion, giving Briars perhaps one of the shortest reigns to ever take place in the history of Universe Mode. And with that, this week's edition of Smackdown comes to a close. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you are new here and you want to see more Day 2K Universe Mode Season 3 or Season 1 or Season 4, whenever we get around to that, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I don't care if the bell. Payback, Raw's pay-per-view Payback will be coming out tomorrow, so make sure to come back for that. If you want to follow me on any of my other social medias, Instagram, Twitter, you want to follow my Twitch account or join my subreddit, links are all in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.